Hi again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott. We are at the Blatt Swimming Center for the Gamecock men's and women's swimming and diving team. We're going to have a great feature a little later on in the program about a member of that squad who faced a life and death situation and was helped immeasurably by the folks that handle sports medicine for Gamecock Athletics. So a lot to get into on the show today. It starts off, though, with a look at women's basketball. A'ja Wilson, probably the greatest to ever suit up for the Gamecocks. She eclipsed the 2,000-point mark for her career on Thursday night against Auburn. The Gamecocks had to fight for a victory against the Tigers. Let's take a look at the highlights.
A'ja Wilson underneath the basket. A'ja Wilson, one power dribble.
A'ja Wilson!
A'ja Wilson gets the Gamecocks started, and it's 2-0. First it on the near side. Span from the right corner for three. Bang!
There's a span!
Their 29th three-pointer of the year, and it's 9-2. Gamecocks in front. A'ja Wilson with the rebound. The Gamecocks have it. Quickly down the floor. Ty Harris. Ty Harris splits a couple of defenders. Drive, shoots.
Ty Harris
in transition. Rebound Ty Harris. The Gamecocks have it. Down pass ahead to Alexis Jennings. Drive, she scores!
Alexis Jennings!
Here's for a three-point play. It's 19-8. Fresh 30. As we go up top to A'ja Wilson. A'ja fighting off a double team. And
A'ja Wilson
good off the dribble.
A'ja Wilson 2,000 points for the Gamecocks.
And that is 2,000 points for A'ja Wilson in her career with 2:13 to play in the second quarter. Up top it comes to Ty Harris, zips it across to Jackson in the corner. She'll spot up for three. Bang! Got it! Much needed three from Bianca Jackson. She's got 5 points. Her 16th three ball of the year, and the Gamecocks lead 37-21. Looking inside, but A'ja's bottled up. 5 seconds to play. Feed it inside to A'ja. Stick back, no good. Follow-up shot, good at the buzzer, and that's how the first half will end. A'ja Wilson got 2 cracks from 2 feet, and the Gamecocks will go into the locker room with a 17-point lead at halftime at 42-25. Your shot clock at 10. Passes left to Jackson. Near corner, Patrick spots up for three. Bang! Got it! Big three-pointer by the sophomore from Orlando. Her 9th three of the year makes it 48-35. McKay back to the top of the circle. Alexander, rainbow three. Got it. It's 55-44. Just like that, the lead down to 11 right now. Near side it comes to A'ja Wilson. She'll drive the baseline in traffic. Skips up, no good. Rebound on the other side, but A'ja puts it back in for 2, and the Gamecocks lead 59-50. So A'ja Wilson with the putback, driving into the lane right side. Shot rejected into the baseline by A'ja Wilson. It'll remain with the Tigers for Lindsey Span up top. Zips it near corner. Ty Harris spots up for 3. Bang! Ty Harris and the Gamecocks lead 67-56. Gamecocks will hold on and hold off this Auburn Tigers team. The Gamecocks will win it 71-63.
A'ja Wilson, of course, born and bred here in Columbia, South Carolina, and in fact this weekend having her high school jersey retired. So congratulations to A'ja on that accolade and all those honors that are still to come in for her during this, her final season in the Garnet and Black. Lots to get into here on the Gamecock Insider. Stay with us.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Crescent Construction, the official roofer of the Gamecocks, and by Wild Wing Cafe. We've got just the thing to make you wild. Gamecock Insider is a production of Gamecock IMG Sports Marketing.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Look, there's no law that says your truck can only haul gravel. Introducing the new 2018 Ford F-150 with best-in-class towing, best-in-class payload, and best-in-class torque. The F-150 lineup has the capability to get big things to big places big time. So bring out your ATVs, your campers, your Palominos. Hey, you're not always working, but your truck is. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
This is it. This is the moment when legacies are made, and good becomes glorious. But legacies aren't just granted on game day. You can make them anytime. Will it be today or someday? The glory lies in your choice. This is the moment. What will your legacy be? You build legacies. We protect them.
Excellence is all about preparation, focus, and trust. Trusting each member of your team to keep you at the top of your game so that you can live your best. Hey, I've been there. If you're struggling with injuries or pain, the orthopedic surgeons at Lexington Medical Center will get you moving again, focusing on getting you better sooner. Trust me, there's a lot more life out there waiting for you.
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. I'm Derek Scott at the Carolina Natatorium, home of the Gamecock men's and women's swimming and diving teams. Will Riggs is a member of the men's swim team, and he has had a rather tumultuous off-season. Can you imagine waking up from a nap and facing a life and death situation? He needed the aid of not only the training staff for the Gamecock swimming program, but also the team doctors and the sports medicine specialists for Gamecock athletics. Touch and go situation that has a happy ending. Here's more.
I guess it was May 10th, my second or third day of taking summer classes here. I woke up, I was having a totally normal day. I had 2 practices that day. I had swam easily over 10,000 meters already that day. I guess after I finished my afternoon practice, I went to dinner with a couple friends, went back and took a nap because I was exhausted. And I woke up and I started having some stomach pain. Noticing something was a little bit weird, but it just felt like a normal stomach ache, and it never really started to get any better. My pain was a 10. It was a 9 and on its way to a 10 at that point. Cody, my current roommate at the time, he called Bree, which is our athletic trainer, and she said, just go ahead and take him to the hospital. And at that point, I mean, I could barely make it to the car, so clearly something was very wrong.
Bree just sent me a text message. I got a text message saying, Will is going to the emergency room, his stomach hurts. And, you know, of course, my first reaction is, wow, the emergency room for a tummy ache is kind of extreme, but okay.
All the way to the hospital, I was just screaming in like agonizing pain. The lady at the front desk of the emergency room told me, you need to relax, you need to calm down. And I just remember saying, I cannot relax. I can't get over this pain.
I was on call that night for the emergency department, and the attending called and told me the story, and I talked a little bit, and I pulled up the imaging studies and talked to the radiologist as well, and it was clear that something was wrong with him inside his abdomen, and realized pretty quickly, just based on the imaging studies, that likely he was going to need an operation. 45 minutes later, I get a phone call from Bree, and she's in the room with Will, and I can kind of hear him in the background, and she said, they are going to have to do surgery, and then I hear all this commotion in the background, and she's like, Coach, I need to go, and she hangs up the phone. When things really started to steamroll, I got a phone call from Dr. Guy, and he was on call at the hospital, and he said, Coach, he said, your boy's in a bad way right now. You need to get over here. And I got into the car, backed out of the driveway, and I got another phone call. But I remember the words very, very clearly, and he said, Coach, I need to prepare you that Will may not make it through surgery.
I got in the operating room, within 5 minutes. They had already started the surgery, and it was that level of concern. And they basically took a part of his body that was very dark and didn't look very like it was going to be viable. And 5 minutes later, after correcting the problem, turned into very viable, healthy appearing tissue. It's pretty amazing.
As I'm getting to the hospital, the phone rings again. It was Dr. Guy, and this was 15 minutes later. And he said it was the best save I've ever seen.
Practicing medicine for 17 years is probably one of the most amazing things that I've seen happen. This is a situation that probably another hour, half hour, hour or so, it would not have been possible, and he would have lost that part of his body and probably would not be here.
Waking up after surgery, they told me that my intestines had twisted into a knot and that they were black when they opened me up. They untwisted them, and really quickly they turned back to pink. I just had a big hole in me, and they left me open for about 2 days, just with a sponge and a tube and a big piece of plastic over me. And I guess my appendix had moved, and they took out my appendix because they said that if I'd had appendicitis, the doctor probably wouldn't know where it was at whatever hospital that I went to. Now it's kind of just a story. It's a story and a big scar. Of course I had big things that I wanted to do over the summer, like going to World Championship trials, the US Open. I had to put that all on hold. Being that sick and having this major of a surgery is kind of hard to come back to, but I think it also motivated me to get back to that level. The first time I got back into a pool after May 10th was June 1st. Swimming was very, very uncomfortable. And I don't know if I was still kind of in that state of disbelief even almost a month later, thinking, I didn't go through that much, I'm gonna be totally fine. But I guess I definitely did go through that much. The doctors told my dad it was something like, had I not come into the hospital within 4 hours, we wouldn't really be where we are today. So, I'm just so lucky that I have friends that are willing to take care of me and really saved my life, honestly.
Great to see Will Riggs back in the pool and competing once again for Gamecock swimming and diving. Speaking of that program, head coach McGee Moody, when we come back, we'll be with our Brad Bowler to tell us a little bit more about his program, so stay with us.
We had a large storm, and our home was hit pretty bad. The next day, a friend of ours recommended Crescent Construction. They came out and replaced our entire roof, and we were very pleased with the work they did.
Call Crescent Construction's professional staff to do a detailed roof inspection at your home today. Absolutely free.
I've already referred Crescent Construction to a friend of mine.
Call Crescent Construction, South Carolina's #1 roofer and the official roofer of the Carolina Gamecocks.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pregame court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
Carolina and Clemson haven't agreed on much since 1896. It's a healthy multi-sport rivalry. And this year, every head-to-head competition is part of the certified SC-grown Palmetto Series. So while Gamecocks and Tigers each support their team, we can all support local farmers by purchasing certified SC-grown products. Just look for the certified SC-grown label where you shop and follow your team at palmettoseries.com. It's a matter of taste.
Tens of millions of people have switched to Unlimited on America's most awarded network.
Verizon?
Whoa, Vince. It was ranked highest in network quality performance nationwide by J.D. Power and rated #1 in the nation by Root Metrics 8 times running.
Totally Verizon.
Vince!
We can see the sign.
The V's sticking out. Anyway, the most awarded network is...
Verizon.
Wait, Vince, you didn't know what it was. You did? Okay.
When we win, you win. Switch to the best Unlimited and now get up to $450 off our best Android phones.
Stutter step. Wilson. There it is. 2,000.
That has to be special. 2,000 points. And the crowd roar.
Asia Wilson her 2,000th career point.
That's special, bro. She's going to go down for probably the best player in South Carolina's history.
Hi everyone, Brad Muller alongside McGee Moody. He's the head swimming and diving coach here at the University of South Carolina. And Coach, let's go back. I know you're kind of getting started here in the winter/spring, but you guys had a full fall season. What did you like coming out of the fall season?
Well, we did some really heavy training leading into October and early November. And we kind of approach a November fall invite a little differently than a lot of college programs do. Some programs back off a little bit to try to kind of spike their performance, and our belief here is that we just kind of, we work as hard as we can through the whole season. As we approach the SEC championships, we start to taper down, and then we'll put up fast times there, qualify as many for NCAAs as we can, and then move into March. But I was really, really happy with our fall. The Georgia Tech invite, we went down. There was a lot of great schools there, great athletes there, and our team held their own. I thought a lot of our men did a great job. Akram Mahmoud had a great fall. Tom Parabonio had a great fall on the women's side. Emma Barksdale, Jules Vincent, our diver, had a great fall. So all in all, where we are right now, I'm pretty happy with our performance and what we've put up so far.
And both your teams were ranked in the top 25, so that leads us to our Terminex Pest Player of the Week. What do you got?
For the men, I'm probably going to have to go with Finn Manuth. He's just week in, week out. Every week we race. He's a young man that we can count on. He really had a breakout year last year and really kind of stepped to the front of our program and performed really well. Going into the 500 freestyle last year at NCAAs, after prelims was ranked first in the country. He's looking for a national championship this year and one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. On the women's side, Emma Barksdale. Emma's had a great career here this far and steadily dropped time throughout her career. Had a really good fall and has established herself as one of the top 10 IMers in the nation. Again, I think she's one that's going to make a big impression at NCAAs and at SECs, and I think she's shooting for All-American honors. Again, we want that A final in the 400 IM, which is going to kind of vault her to a really big summer where we're looking at U.S. Nationals and U.S. Open.
Well, we just saw that Will Riggs is back in the lineup, which is great to see. Let's check the Palmetto Health injury report and how the Gamecocks doing heading into your spring and fall season now.
Right now, we're pretty good. Where we are in the season, we're literally just coming off of a very high volume training week down in Florida. And so you always have men and women that they've got, for lack of better terms, bruises and they're dinged up a little bit. But we've got some shoulders, we've got some knees and backs that are achy. But outside of that, we're really good right now. So I think this is our part where we start to really focus in on the last few weeks of training and get ready for some fast swimming. And right now, I think we're in a good place. If we can just stay healthy, we're good.
Coach, good luck this season.
Thank you very much.
For McGee Moody, I'm Brad Muller.
Buy Low is your ticket to the game. Spend $40 with your Buy Low rewards card with Plenty, and you're eligible for 2 free tickets to a Gamecock men's or women's home basketball game. Just look for the promo code found on your receipt. Buy Low, from your grocery partner of the Gamecocks.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Look, there's no law that says your truck can only haul gravel. Introducing the new 2018 Ford F-150 with best-in-class towing, best-in-class payload, and best-in-class torque. The F-150 lineup has the capability to get big things to big places big time. So bring out your ATVs, your campers, your Palominos. Hey, you're not always working, but your truck is. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
This is it. This is the moment when legacies are made, and good becomes glorious. But legacies aren't just granted on game day. You can make them anytime. Will it be today or someday? The glory lies in your choice. This is the moment. What will your legacy be? You build legacies. We protect them.
Excellence is all about preparation, focus, and trust. Trusting each member of your team to keep you at the top of your game so that you can live your best. Hey, I've been there. If you're struggling with injuries or pain, the orthopedic surgeons at Lexington Medical Center will get you moving again, focusing on getting you better sooner. Trust me, there's a lot more life out there waiting for you.
Good hard work has earned Thomas Mayron the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the men's tennis team, Mayron is a senior sport and entertainment management major with a 3.913 GPA. This week's academic athlete is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Gamecock Insider. As you can see, we are at Founders Park and a chance to talk a little baseball with the new head coach of the Gamecocks. Mark Kingston took over, and here we are about a month before the season's set to get underway. I know you are anxious to get going. Your guys are back on campus this week. So talk to us a little bit about this group and what you've discovered about them with your first semester around this team.
Well, I think this group feels like they have a lot to prove. Coming off a disappointing season last year, I think guys have gotten to work from day one. Since the day we got here, we've tried to stress that we're going to get back to old school values. That's what I believe in, that's what our coaching staff believes in. And I think guys have really taken to that. So from day one, they've had a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They know what the expectations of this program are. They know what our fans want. They know what the people that believe in this program want. So we've worked extremely hard from day one just to make sure that we're taking the right approach, that we have the right process in place so that when things start to go in the right direction, we're going to have the success we want.
Now that they're back on campus, you have the opportunity to start working with them individually, I guess, and then eventually you'll transition to more team setting. Walk us through what the schedule looks like.
Well, the first 2 weeks, once they get back on campus and start class, we're allowed to do small group workouts. So for the first 2 weeks, Skylar, our new pitching coach, will be working individually with our pitchers. We'll be working in smaller groups with our position players. And then once team practice starts, we're allowed 20 hours per week, and that includes weights, that includes all meetings, that includes practices, etc. For the first 2 weeks, we're allowed 2 hours per week with our guys of baseball skill work. So you want to have more time right out of the gate, but we're allowed 2 hours per player for the first 2 weeks, and then once team practice starts, then you get 20 hours. That's when we'll really be able to dig into getting this team better.
You mentioned Skylar, that being Skylar Meade, your new pitching coach. Tell us a little bit about him and the rest of the staff you put together.
Well, we are extremely pleased. Obviously, the loss of Jerry Myers and what he meant to this program hurt. He had to step away for his best interest, for his family's best interest, and he's meant so much to this program. And so we forged a very strong friendship in a short amount of time. And so we will remain very strong friends, but we had to move forward for this program, for our pitchers, and so we were able to scour the country and try to find what we thought would be the best fit for South Carolina baseball in terms of our pitching, not only for the short term but also long term, and we feel very strongly that we found that in Skylar Meade. He's a guy that pitched in the College World Series with Louisville, so has a tremendous background, but also has worked his way up through the ranks, and every pitching staff he's been in charge of has been tremendously successful. So he's a young, energetic scholar of the game, and I just think he's going to be a tremendous fit for our program.
Well, it won't be long, folks. It will be February 16th, opening day. The VMI Keydets will be here. Coach, we're looking forward to it. I know you are as well.
No doubt. Myself, our entire team, our coaching staff, and I know our fans are really looking forward to that and can't wait to get started.
Now this from My Carolina.
We had a large storm, and our home was hit pretty bad. The next day, a friend of ours recommended Crescent Construction. They came out and replaced our entire roof, and we were very pleased with the work they did.
Call Crescent Construction's professional staff to do a detailed roof inspection at your home today. Absolutely free.
I've already referred Crescent Construction to a friend of mine.
Call Crescent Construction, South Carolina's #1 roofer and the official roofer of the Carolina Gamecocks.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pregame court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
Carolina and Clemson haven't agreed on much since 1896. It's a healthy multi-sport rivalry. And this year, every head-to-head competition is part of the certified SC-grown Palmetto Series. So while Gamecocks and Tigers each support their team, we can all support local farmers by purchasing certified SC-grown products. Just look for the certified SC-grown label where you shop and follow your team at palmettoseries.com. It's a matter of taste.
Tens of millions of people have switched to Unlimited on America's most awarded network.
Verizon?
Whoa, Vince. It was ranked highest in network quality performance nationwide by JD Power and rated #1 in the nation by Root Metrics 8 times running.
Totally Verizon.
Vince!
We can see the sign.
The V's sticking out.
Anyway, the most awarded network is...
Verizon.
Wait. Vince, you didn't know what it was. You did? Okay.
When we win, you win. Switch to the best unlimited and now get up to $450 off our best Android phones.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Crescent Construction, the official roofer of the Gamecocks, and by Wild Wing Cafe. We've got just the thing to make you wild. Gamecock Insider is a production of Gamecock IMG Sports Marketing.
We're ecstatic to have Marcus and Miranda back in the family. They never went very far away, but we're delighted to have him back. He's just a young man that just touches people in such a dramatic way. There's life after football, and I'm delighted that he's going to be serving in that role. He has a passion for it, and he's very good about it.
I'm not looking at what they're doing on the field. We take care of that because we have amazing coaches, but I'm looking at the next 40 years of their life and what I can do to help them and prepare them for that.
This is a win for our athletic department. This is a win for our university. It's a win for Columbia. It's a win for the state of South Carolina.
Back to wrap things up here on Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott at the Carolina Aquatic Center. If you've never been here and want to see the Gamecock swimming and diving team in action, your opportunity comes next on January 20th when they will be hosting Georgia Tech. It's a great atmosphere. You should really check it out if you have a chance. We'll be back next week with more great stories from Gamecock Athletics. Until then, have a great week, everybody, and thanks for joining us on Gamecock Insider.